Hello, and welcome to Books Know Best. It's currently 3:45 a.m. On Saturday 29th of March. I have insomnia, which, in case you didn't know, is a sleep deprivation condition, which means that it's difficult for me to sleep. And unfortunately, there is a 24-hour Asda about half an hour's walk from me. So, when I can't sleep, a lot of the time I go up there and buy books. I say unfortunately, it's not unfortunate because I love books and I love buying them. And I'm going to show you them now. I've got 4 books from there, and I will show you them and talk a bit about them. So the first one I got is Skullduggery Pleasant, Last Stand of Dead Men by Derek Landy. This is book 8 in the Skullduggery Pleasant series. So I now have all of the paperback versions in these covers that have been published so far. This is the new one, and it's really nice because it has the same as the other books. It has the book number at the top and Derek's name at the bottom. And in the back of here it says, Skullduggery Pleasant Book 9, The End Will Come September 2014. So I presume, sorry about the fingers again, it's the hair dye, it hasn't come off. I presume that's going to be the last book. Book 9, but this is book 8. And I'm excited to have this because, yeah, now I have all of them that have been published in paperback in these covers so far. So that's a good thing. The next book I got, I've been recommended this to read by Erin from Wrath's Queen a couple of times. And it is The Shock of the Fall, and this is by Nathan Filer. And I mentioned in a couple of videos that I work with people with learning difficulties and mental health problems. And yeah, Erin suggested that I read this, so I picked it up, and I'll read you the back. I'll tell you what happened because it will be a good way to introduce my brother. His name's Simon. I think you're going to like him, I really do. But in a couple of pages he'll be dead, and he was never the same after that. And this sounds awesome. And I'm really excited to read this, and it won the Costa Book of the Year 2013 award, and it has an awesome cover. I love the cover. I prefer this one much better than the hardback. The hardback was like a big hardback, and it was white cover with black on it, but this is much nicer. Yeah, and this looks like it's got different styles of text in it, which I think would make it easier to read. And it has like really cool pictures, like there's some scissors there. I don't know if you can see that, I think the camera's focusing. But anyway, there's some scissors and there's some different writing styles in here. Like, there's like a handwritten thing by the main character, or the main character's brother, I think, there. Yeah, but this looks really good and I'm excited to read it. Okay, the next book I have is Circus of Thieves, The Circus of Thieves and the Raffle of Doom by William Sutcliffe, with illustrations by David Tasman. And this, I did not realise, is a children's book. But I picked it up because it looks really interesting, and I do like the concept of it. I'll read you the back. Roll up, get ready to be stunned and staggered, amused and confused, delighted and excited. Shank's impossible circus is coming to town. Hannah's life is boring, but everything changes when she meets Billy Shank, his grumpy camel, and a host of bizarre circus acts. All is not as it seems as at the unusual circus. The evil ringmaster, Armitage Shank, has a dastardly plan involving light-fingered thievery. Can Hannah and Billy stop his stinking scheme before it's too late? This actually looks really good, but it is a kid's book. Because I will just show you. Yeah, as you can clearly see, the writing is huge, which isn't a bad thing. It's only 200 pages or so. Let me see. 212 pages. And also it has like these hand-drawn pictures in it, which look really nice. Yeah, and I thought it looked really good. And I actually don't mind having picked this up and realised it's a children's book. I don't mind because it looks quite good. And it says in the back, Circus of Thieves on the Rampage is coming soon. So I presume that's the next book. So when I see the next one in Asda, I will pick it up. But I just think the cover's really, really nice. I think if it was published in hardback with a more adult story, I think people would buy it. Mainly because of the cover appeal, which is a bad thing to say, really. But yeah. But it looks really good, and I really like the design. It's really nice and bright and quirky. It's a weird shape, it's like a square shape, but I kind of like that. Yeah, and it just looks really interesting, and it's got big text and pictures, and it should be a quick read. And the last book I got, now this, let me show you a normal paperback, okay? This is the size, normal size of a UK paperback book. This, as you can see, is not. A, it's shorter, and B, it is wider, which is not really an issue. I don't mind. But the next book I have, oh, hang on, let me show you. So this is the next book I have. It's The Blood Guard by Carter Roy, and I will talk more about this in a minute. But look at the size compared to a normal standard UK paperback. Look how big it is. Here and here. I don't really mind, but it's a weird shape and a weird size. So anyway, this is The Blood Guard by Carter Roy, and it is blurbed on the front by Michael Grant, who wrote the Gone series, and it says, "This is cool stuff, very cool stuff." And I really, really like the cover, actually. It's nice and shiny, and it has really cool glittery bits. I don't know if you can see that, but it has really cool glittery bits. And the back says, if they fall, the world as we know it will not survive. Ronan Truelove has just discovered the existence of the Blood Guard, an ancient order of knights sworn to protect the 36 pure. It's a lot for an ordinary kid to deal with, but maybe Ronan's not so ordinary after all. And the back cover's really nice. So yeah, it looks really good. This is the first in a new series, and it's supposed to be like Rick Riordan's Heroes of Olympus and Percy Jackson and the Olympians, but with magic instead. Yeah, and it looks really good. And I'm excited to read it, even though it is a big size. But also the chapter pages are really nice. I'll show you. Hang on. Like that. That's what they look like. They're really cool. Really nice. And the text is really big, and it's kind of in the middle of the pages, so it'd be quite easy to read. Oh, camera's focusing. It'd be quite easy to read. But it is a thick book. It is 355 pages, so it's quite big. But yeah, I'm really excited, and it's got a beautiful cover. And the rest of the series, or trilogy, I don't know what it's going to be. If they change the size of the book to normal paperback, or they change the covers, do a cover change, I'm going to be really annoyed, because I actually really like this cover, and I don't mind the size. So yes. So those are the books I got. I'm very excited to own them all and to read them all. Yes, and let me just show you. These are the books I got. and they're all awesome, and I will be reading them when I can. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you will, and I will see you again soon. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. The camera went a bit weird. Ew, that has a really nice spine, the blood guard.